Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to another Steel Division guide. I cannot believe I have not gone over this division. 17th SS Panzer Grenadier. Such a great deck. Let's go over my jug first, and we'll kind of go over what the tools are, and then we'll go over 1v1 after. So, let's begin. The Recon Tab. Plenty of options here. You can bring the off-color here with a 2-3-1 cannon. You can also, 2-2-2. Normal 20mm cannon. You also bring with this model as well with the APCR 80 penetration. Actually pretty good penetration for what you get. There's a whole bunch of other transports, even some amphibious if you really want to. You can also bring the normal infantry squad here. You can't bring them in anything interesting, but you can bring them in traction if you want, which the traction, I must note, is the fastest vehicle in the game. So we'll come back to that in a little bit. Other than that, though, you can bring in some motorcycle vehicles. You get your awesome SBW 231s, another 20mm cannon, a beast, and then you get your magnificent, the majestic, there's not enough great words to describe this. The 233, then assault gun version, 100 penetration with the heat round, 1250 range, AP 1500 range, 55 penetration. Really good vehicle. Go over the infantry tab. Infantry tab. It's just such a good division, honestly, just awesome. Okay, it's got everything you want. Cheap infantry, Panzergrens, cheaper Panzergrens, Volksdeutsch with like cheap infantry with an MG and a bazooka and only 20 points, and then you get amazing CQC infantry. Okay, let's just slow down. All right, leader-wise, you get some variety, but some of them are phase locked. You bring them in these type of transports. Do not waste your tractions on these. You get two types of leaders. You can bring with a frag grenade, or you can bring with a Panzerfaust. That is your only choices. There is no smoke, sadly, but that will come back to why it doesn't matter. You get SS Legionary, the best units ever, the best EQC troops I think of all time. I know I'm wrong somewhere. Someone's gonna leave a comment going, "No, Nate, this unit has like better stats." Blah 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 blah. Well, I don't believe you. Like results show, and these guys always perform. Eight-man squad. They have a Panzerfaust and an anti-tank grenade Molotov, which is great because it means that pioneer squads, or the equivalency of enemy, superior and stuff, can't throw off their satchel, because when you get Molotov, it makes you move and you can gun them down. So really, really good. Also, they have the fanatical trait, so they can never surrender. So for a CQC unit that can never surrender, it's great. And you can surrender enemy troops. Also get these Volksdeutsch. They're really cheap. I get tons of them. They're 9-man squads. What can I say about just cheap, good, trash infantry, and you get tons of them. So availability-wise, amazing. Get some Panzergrens. What can we talk about Panzergrens? You guys know what those are. They're great. And then you also get the other variant of the Panzergren, the 34. The only difference is, I think, is rate of fire, and I believe, I think it's just rate of fire. I don't see any other stat. Okay. Damage and suppress. MG34 suppresses better, but it doesn't do as much damage, so take note of that. Oh yeah, and you get some pioneers too, and Stern pioneers if you really want to. Phase lock to B for the Stern pioneers, but not for the beautiful normal pioneers. Panzergrens not phase locked at all, nor is the Volksdeutsch. And the SS Legionary, you have to one vet them no matter what though. Moving over to the tank tab, getting some big toys. You thought Stugs were good? Well, you're going to get the upgrade, the Stug 4 instead of the Stug 3. Stug 4 gets more armor. That's the only real difference. Really good tanks. They pretty much won't be penetrated by anything. These are your Sherman killers. Most of the time when a Sherman's in CQC with these things, it tends not to be that the Sherman's able to penetrate. But you can penetrate them pretty easily. So really good tanks. There's nothing to say there. 1 leader card. You get them A, B, and C. No phase locking there. I believe it's the same with the leader. Yes, it is. It has to be 1 vet though. And now we get to some of the more interesting vehicles. Okay, so you get your useless unit that you should never bring. Don't ever bring military police. Get your IG guns. Nothing too special. Nothing too special. Get your flamethrowers. You're like, these are just normal flamethrowers like everybody else. But you'd be wrong. The tractions here are so freaking fast. They get everywhere before everybody else. So you're 150 kilometers, you're there before them. You're just going to thrash people. You can do this with, so you can bring them in a couple of different units, but you can bring them with MG42, so you can rush MG42s down roads and just set them up in good positions and annihilate people. You can then also cheese even harder and bring tractions with bazookas, Panzerschrecks, and just cheese people that way as well. You get MG42s, IG guns, can't say anything much about these. They're just good vehicles. Commander, you can bring a traction if you want for the commander. Nice officer sitting in the back. And then, your Panzer 3 if you want. No APCR, unfortunately. And then SVW. Nothing too special there. AT-wise, get another big toy here. You get the Crep. best AT gun of all time. This rate of fire, 10 rounds per second, 230 penetration, IS-2 killer. IS-2 looks, any tank looks in this direction. This thing's got it. You get this thing vetted as well. Oof. You get Pack 40s, you get Pack 38s, you get Martyrs, a choice of Martyrs. You get the Martyr 3, or you get the Martyr 3M. Difference is a assault gun variant versus like the actual APCR, 190 penetration. You get some Yag Panzers here. Looking for a little upgrade on the Panzer, the Stug 4. Same penetration, but way more armor. Just paying a little more points for that extra armor. And the Stug 4 is in between the Stug. Yeah, it's just like another option. Can't say too much there. The Martyrs, so you got to take APCR, 190 penetration, 1500, 145, 1750. Don't use them for HE though; they're trash to HE combat. A type wise, you get flak 20s if you want. You cannot bring them in any half tracks, unfortunately, so I don't think they're worth it. You get flak 36s, SDKFZs, which you cannot go wrong with those. You also get some pack 88s, and you get 2 cards of them. They're phase lock 2B, so you have no option. You can bring them with ammo if you want, and then the other transport. Other than that, though, Artillery Tab is a nice, fun tool. You can build it in many different ways. Looking for some Nebel Warfare cheese, go for this deck. You want to go some heavy artillery, you can do that too. You want to bring out 122s, 152s, so go ahead, 150 spam, you get 3 of them. You can bring them with ammo. So, and you get 1 card of off map, and you can get an A, B, or C, depending on what you feel like. 152, good medium between light and heavy off map. And you get some artillery leaders as well. So really strong Artillery Tab. You can really kind of do whatever you want. Air-wise, it's a little weaker than I would like, but it's still very strong for a couple reasons. First of all, BF-19 G6s are still pretty strong vehicle, though you only get 1 card of them, which is pretty scary. Get some rocket planes here, BF-109s. Get your bombers, 500 kilograms. Get your G1s. These things are awesome. 37 mil, 140 penetration. Pretty much will kill anything. Maybe will not kill an IS-2 from the front on a flyby, but that's not really a problem. Just fly to the side. You also get some JU-87 D3s. Huge bomb load here. Recon, and then you also get these JU-88 S1s. These things go down pretty quickly, but they're fast. Kind of fast. I mean, they'll get the bombs off. They get the job done. Don't let them get stressed. Use them in a very, particular manner. They're there for speed. They're not there for your, I mean, they can take a hit, but they can't take too much. Anyway, let's go over now to the 1v1. Let's take a look at that. Ooh, welcome back. Okay, so let's look at the 1v1. 1v1 wise, these are my recommendations. There are different ways to play it. Sorry, broski, right now. There's different ways to play this game. I'm not saying what I say is the right thing, but it is. So let's go into it. So first of all, I recommend you 1-vet all your infantry. Just everything, maybe not the Volksdeutsch, because I don't think you even can. I mean, you can, but I mean, they're just hardened troops. I don't think you need to vet them. This is my opinion. They're spam. I don't recommend you vet your C card if the game goes long. I do recommend actually 1-vetting all your tanks here. Get 2 tanks in, 2 cards. You get 6 tanks in total, and then you can get a double vet in B, which you're pushing the most in B with your Maverick income, giving you double vet. And if you bring out a commander, triple vet, and that's some really scary stugs out there. You can also make up the difference with tanks with the Jagdpanzers and Martyr 3. Pack 40 is really strong. Pack 38 is even better. Kreps, I bring 1 card. Rely on those 88s. You don't need to bring too many AA guns, but bring the G1s, not the clusters. Why, you may ask? Well, the G1s are inconsistent. If they get suppressed whatsoever, pretty much whatever they drop their cluster on doesn't kill it at all. And then this is just cheaper and more reliable. It's just better in every regard. So that's what I recommend. Fighters and A, you're gonna have to. You could get it maybe away. I think you have to bring it in A. You need. Okay, this is the big thing though. This is why this deck's special. You need to bring the MG42s in tractions. You need to get in that up in the front of the face, get in these key positions, and just mow down people coming down the road. Same with flamethrowers. Bring these in the tractions. Just destroy everybody and make them cry. Use the tractions. The tractions are your friend. They are the reason to play this deck. When I see this symbol right here, up here, I don't think of anything but traction. They should just replace it with a traction up here. Because this is what this deck's about. Bring the tractions with the MG42s, flamethrowers. Other than that, though, I think it's a pretty good deck to do a lot of things. You got one thing I have to note though. You have to get used to maybe not relying on so many medium tanks like 20th Panzer. They have a lot of tanks, but this is kind of more specialized, and you're doing more infantry play and more rushing. So note that, and be wary of certain maps, certain decks you have to come up against. Anyway, guys, leave a like, leave a comment, and subscribe for more content. You know, it's free to subscribe, so do it.